We're back. 2001. We're getting closer and closer. It's only 2002, 2003, and 2004. 3 more left. This is the last time, however, I will sort of mention Saw. And yes, I know, there is another Saw movie. I have not seen it. And because this is the best that I have seen, them's the breaks. So there is another Saw one, but I haven't seen it. I do like this one. Even though it's more of like a buddy cop than any of the previous ones. Even the one that was before this did have a Saw-like feel, but wasn't like the others. But then again, there's been a gap between this and the last one, so that kind of tracks. Then you have Don't Look Up, which I like. I like the whole movie. I definitely like the ending where it's like, beep it. And I definitely like how it ends, definitely with like both sides of like, yep, we lost. It's very sarcastic in that way, and I like it. I am still going to point out Wrong Goes Wrong, which is fun. That's it. And then Kingsman, I think this is like, is this Kingsman 1 or Kingsman 2? Let me just check. Kingsman, oh no, this is a prequel. This is Kingsman, but the one before it. So, I like it. I haven't really talked about much about Kingsman overall. Quick notes on each one. I like the first one. I definitely like the music to it, and I like how they get more and more into what's happening. It's really fun. Then you go to the next one, and then you got some things which I don't like. I don't mind that being like, I mean, Older Kingsman is dead. But I don't like the idea of like, and then this guy who you thought was dead is not dead. I think someone pointed out, I still love the movie, and I definitely like the music that's in the trailer, that's not in the actual movie. But I also like the villain, and the contradiction between the Kingsman America doing alcohol and the villain doing drugs, which both can be bad. And one of the Kingsmen actually joins the other side because of that thing, which is actually interesting. I would like to point out that does not help overall, because realistically, if you're like, oh, and then there'll be no problem, I will assure you that will not get rid of the problem. Because yes, everyone who did take it, and we will all be traumatically terrified by this one experience. But drugs came from something. There are people who are desperate who just don't take it. And because supply is extremely down, and some people don't take their own supply around the world, which does exist, the demand is going down, so the price will go down, meaning you could make an argument that there'll be a spike of more people taking it. Theoretically. Again, but then this is the King more on the old past. I think Rasputin. But yeah. Now this one. Now, do you know when I said I would like Edgar Wright movies? The Suicide Squad, which I like. I absolutely like. There's a lot of people analysing it and why it's good, and there's a lot of things that are now crossing into like Peacemaker, which is becoming a thing, and I am not seeing it. Also not a film, so does not fit this list. But it goes into that. You also have the other series, which is The Monsters, which again, have not seen, also a TV series. But this is interesting, definitely, when you have some of the things come out of it. Some of the edits, some of the things, I think is really good. And some of the actions both the action of like the fight scenes and the action of the characters are absolutely fun. I am gonna point out I did watch the original sort of Suicide Squad, and I didn't hate it. It's there. It exists. Some of the songs I think are good. Like I think it's or something like that. Some of the songs I think are really good, but that's besides the point. The reason why I find this is interesting is because one of the things that happens in this is it sort of like has these sort of like edits, definitely with the words in the background, but actually the one thing I do like, and I'll give you like this, but this is unscripted, yeah. Not really bad videos. Besides the point, one thing that happens is when you have the moment, because you're having a bunch of bad guys, and then one of them kills Rick Flags, but because it was for the greater good. And that idea is so dark. Because why else? Because in the original one, it's a group that's more disposable. There's nothing bad. They need to save, like, the main person who's leading the thing, which kind of is a bit confusing. But you also have a bunch of other stuff that they could have done, which could have been like, oh, but it's more like they're disposable. They could just die and not really care as much, right? But the other thing that I like with this is the fact that at a certain point, one of the things that happens in this is the whole point of this is this was a US mission to do this thing with the US, and they hit it up because the public shouldn't know. And I like that thing with the film that they do that, because it's not that they are disposable, it's this can't come out. And if this ever does come out, well, it's either fake by a opposing group or by this. And that idea of like, that's why this group is run of criminals, because we don't want anyone to know. And no one's going to believe these people. And yet they do the twist of like, yeah, we're just going to like reveal this and just put it on the internet. Yeah, you can just kill us, who cares? Like, see what you can do, like just post it on the internet, which just kind of doesn't work with the whole thing, because there are videos of it, kind of contradicts that. But yeah, that's why I like this one. So yeah, 2022 next. I hope you enjoy, and good night.